No, definitely. But as I said, I hope you just promise us that you would consider putting out, doing a Timmy Gatlin album with some guest singers and stuff. That would be something that would, just to say, it between now and next year, it could be a Christmas album, whatever it is. Because as I
Well,
said,
pray for me, everybody out there. Pray for me, Niamdi. Pray for me. I'll be praying. And if that's God's will, I
yeah,
will, I will. I go and get my boys back. Not God, but like out in Wokie Stewart,
yeah.
few other people and engineers and reach out because I've talked to Chris already. Chris, he'll do it. He'll do it more than anything. Christopher Williams and Bell Biv DeVoe and Bell Biv DeVoe. I can reach out to Ronnie because that's who I reach out to most of the time on IG. But if it's a big thing there about business now too,
Mm.
Keith, that's getting past people egos now. If Keith see where he can get paid and it'll help, which it should, and it help his career or his brand. Keith will do it
Mm.
if it's set up right. So I'm not worrying about that. But then we segue back in the songs I wrote. It's gonna end up. I'll do it. I'll be sure to do it. It'll fall right back in the gap because I wrote a lot of those songs without those brothers even being around. Yes, Teddy cultivated a lot of songs. The sound wouldn't have been as polished as it was in production if it wasn't for Teddy.
Mm.
But these a lot of these songs was already written.
Mm.
And the
Yeah.
only reason Teddy got back down just used common sense. The only reason why Teddy got back down is because it was something, even though he was doing Heavy D and the Boys and Kumo D and Keith, it was worth being down for. It was something that he could be in. He had Aaron vocals. He had me and his friendship. So many elements came back together, and it wasn't a bunch of people. It was just three people.
Mm.
So if it was a bust or sounded like a bust, Teddy wouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
Period. So that's why I say what they doing now is their dream.
Yeah.
Mine would have been totally different. It wouldn't have been coming out of no. Which I thought the graphics are good, but them being like in a space capsule flying through. Ah, I'm over that.
Yeah. Oh, even Corel, you could probably do something with him again. That's why I said you can if you've got the gift
Oh,
to write the production, and you just get these guest vocalists from Corel to Christopher to Bell Biv DeVoe to and then even Tammy Lucas, you can sing.
right.
So yeah,
Well, it's a lot of people. Audrey Wheeler, Keith, Ricky, Ronnie, Mike,
yeah,
Jasmine.
Ralph as well. Yeah,
Right. It's like, yeah, it's a lot of, and it's Wokey, yeah. Yeah, but Wokey, ain't no doubt in my mind, me and Wokey would have to do this together.
yeah.
Wokey, they still, in every concert you hear from Keith to Bell Biv DeVoe, they still got Wokey vocals synced up in the,
Oh.
those are Wokey vocals
Yeah, he's
synced up.
oh yeah. I mean, trying to get him. Yeah, yeah. I mean, trying to he's a little bit more shy than and not as forthright with coming out to talk
Yeah,
about Wookiee. Yeah, I've been trying to get him but he doesn't. He just seems to be a little bit more reserved with telling his story about as.
he is. Wokey's reserved, but once you get him, he's like the jolly drink talking more than you. But and that's why I was like, shy? Wokey's not shy. Reserved, especially now, yes, because Wokey don't want too much to be let out that he feel like he don't have control over.
Hmm.
Okay, but yeah, I'll tell him to do it. He'll do it.
Okay, yeah, that be. I mean, we got Kyle West, and yeah, I think he was the same. Where
He's a lot because Kyle is very reserved. Kyle, even back in the day, Kyle won't come to the studio if he don't feel comfortable.
he did say that. He
Some people,
said,
some people be scared of their own shadow. They don't want no problems.
yeah, yeah, he did say
Me,
that when.
I used to run into problems. Kyle, like, Al is, even though Al was the pretty boy, Al is more likely to be around everybody.
Yeah,
Bring everybody to and try to make everybody get along. Kyle was like the secret, how can I put the secret physician? Just get him to the studio by himself, tell him what you want. You know who else was like that? Fred McFarlane.
oh,
He passed away. But Fred McFarlane, he did Keep Sweat. He did a lot of Keep Sweat first album, and he worked on my album. Yeah, Fred McFarlane. And he was one of those people too. They introverts. They like who they like. If
uh,
they down with who they down with, want no problems. And they figure more people, more energy, more
yeah.
problems.
Kyle has admitted it. He did say that. Yeah, he doesn't trust that easily, but once he does, then he can get it. And I think he said the whole Gene Griffin thing scared. Seeing
Yes.
when he went into the Uptown and slapped up Andre, he just said, "Well, I just can't trust people that I don't know," because he just said, "How could you just we're creating something and stuff like that could happen?" And he just said, "I just." So when Al coming with a whole group of people to the studio, he says, "Look, Al, you need to let everyone go. Oh, I can't work with you." So I will have to tell everyone to go with his entourage to leave, and then he can focus. So he admitted it. So yeah, it's good that you noticed it because he did admit it.
I knew Kyle. I didn't know him as buddies, but Kyle looked up to us because we was like the first ones that Andre signed, handpicked and signed, gave all this money to. And guy started some damage. It's like guy, the guy was and so all young producers at that time was like, damn, who are these? They from New York? You mean they from Manhattan? Oh, damn. So, and to meet us was like we were cool. So it was like that. But I'll tell you a little quick story. When I had a meeting up at MCA Records. This is when Gerald was still there because he went to Motown shortly after. But Lowell and Gerald was there. They wanted to talk to me and Wokey, but I was there first. So they started talking to me, telling me what happened with Gene. Telling me what happened with Gene and Andre. And I laughed. Now, I'm 24 years old. 23, yeah, 23, getting ready to turn 24, 20. And I laughed. So them, and I looked very, very young then. And Lil turned to me and said, "What the are you laughing at? You know how serious this is?" And Gerald just was staring at me. He said, and Gerald said something about rest in peace, Gerald. He said, and Lil, but he said, "Yo, if he did that to Andre, you know what he could do to you?" I laughed again. I never, not that I don't get scared, not that I don't have fear, but I don't have fear like that. Once somebody let me know that nigga it's on, I pray to Jesus Christ. So I got to protect me and my family. And it's on. You ain't running away from it. No matter how you're young or how old you are. Thing is prepare. And I had the same attitude. Even when we was in Kids at Work. Gene ain't never put his hands on me. There's only one time when Gene ever put his hand on my shoulder. Only once. When he yanked me. Only one time. And that's when we was performing in Harlem at the State Building. Kids at work. We GQ because GQ used to do it, and through some wranglings, we got that spot, that prime early in the nighttime spot when hundreds of people was out there, and they started shooting. And when they started shooting, they ain't lying. It was me, Teddy, and Clurel. We was on stage performing. And I had my bass on. Teddy was by the keyboard.
Wow.
Clurel dropped the mic. And I was like that. I was so busy, I could have been hurt. But I was so busy looking at who got the gun that all I just felt this big hand snatch me, pull me out of the stage, pull me off the stage. Because I was like, who the hell's shooting? Stupid of me, but didn't make me tough or nothing. It was just, I was just curious, like, what the But yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the Halftime Chat community. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, why don't you consider being a member? That's a way of supporting the channel, but also getting a lot of videos ahead of time, a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive content that doesn't get shared. But anyway, thanks for watching, and thanks for being part of Halftime Chat.